with you.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Vanessa Alexander Marshall. Welcome. For those of you that are new to my channel, welcome as well. And don't forget, hit the subscribe button at the bottom and make sure you're clicking the bell so when I am uploading on YouTube, you are notified. This is yet another Get Ready With Me. And once again, we have another vendor event. And actually, we're running a little behind because we should already be gone. But again, that's just nature of us. We have an all-day event that we are doing from 8 to 4 o'clock today. So it is pretty early here in Baton Rouge. So yeah, my kids are in the back. My son is just now finished getting dressed. I don't know what my daughter's doing. And my car should already be loaded and it ain't loaded. So we're just gonna do a chit chat, get ready with me as we get ready for this all-day event. I was contacted actually a couple of months ago to do this event, and I agreed to do the event. This is an event that I've done with Lisa before, and she reached out to me, and of course, no problem. We have a pretty good relationship. So once you do vendor events, and really when you, particularly if you're new to business and you start getting your business out there, people will start recognizing you at different events, and then eventually, you know, they will start contacting you. So that's what has been happening to me lately, is I've been contacted several times, and I agreed to do this event as well. And you know, I've established very good relationships with a lot of people that hold events, and they reach out to me. And there's my son. He's still asleep. He's still very sweet. So let's go ahead and let's get ready. I have once again, some of my current favorites, and one makeup brand I've never featured on my channel, and I'm going to feature it on my channel for the first time today. We had recorded a video for this brand, and my camera cut off right when we were finishing up the review. So when I looked at what I could try to salvage, it wasn't salvageable. So I just said, you know what, if I do a Get Ready With Me, I'm just going to incorporate this brand into my Get Ready With Me's, or I am going to start up my wedding series again, and I was going to incorporate this brand again. So here we are. So I'm gonna start with that brand. And of course, I have a bare face. So you're gonna see me put my makeup on. And of course, I got my shirt on. So we are ready to rock and roll. So let's go ahead and have a chat. So I'm gonna start by priming. Before I always prime, I always cleanse my face. I always make sure my face is cleansed and very clean. So that's one thing you wanna do before you prime your face. Make sure your face is very clean. And I always do that. So for priming, once again, I'm going to start with the L'Oreal Infallible Glow Lock Dewy Primer, since my skin has been dry a lot lately. So I am going to start with this primer today. I got my mirror with me this time. So we're going to have a little talk as we get ready for this event. Yeah, they're slow this morning. So kind of very early comedy going on. My husband, poor thing, he's at work. He's been at work all night. And I probably won't see him by the time this event is over with. He's gonna still be at work. I probably won't see my husband until tomorrow. Yeah, so having a hospital life is busy. Is the tablecloth in there? That pink tablecloth is in there? Miranda said it was. Okay, that's the tablecloth I'm gonna use today. And make sure you bring the table too. So you may want to put the table in the trunk. Once again, that's my son that's putting everything up while my daughter is missing. Right. Right. You always see me put it up and she missing.
On the plan, the other day I asked her to take down the wash mess. I had to take it down myself.
This always happens if you are new to my channel, when I do these get ready with me's, my son is already up, and I think he finally woke up because he was the last one to wake up. But of course, he's ready. He's ready to go. And of course, my daughter, slow as molasses. What girl do you not know? What girl do you not know? Takes 90 years to get ready, and that is her. She literally takes 90 years to get ready. Here's a funny story about her. When she was a freshman in high school, they went on a band trip. They had a contest where all of the bands throughout the country traveled to Atlanta, and she went with her band, with the marching band, to Atlanta for a band competition. And she came back, she said, "Mama, they complained about me." I said, "What you mean?" "I took my bath first, I took 45 minutes. You took 45 minutes to take a bath? Like, oh my goodness. I said, "Miranda, you're in a hotel room with," she was sharing a hotel room. It was her and it was like three, it was like, you know, girls on this side, boys on this side. And it was like her and like three other girls. And they were trying to tell her, "Miranda, hurry up, we gotta take our bath too." This thing was taking her precious time. By the time it was time for them to leave, one of the girls was not able to take a bath because Miranda took up all of the time. So they decided, "Miranda, you want to be the very last one because you take way too long in the bath." So that's why it takes her 90 years to get ready, and then she's going to be very slowly coming up here. She tends to speed up when I'm doing my video. All right, for foundation, this is the very first time I'm going to talk about this brand. Again, I told y'all we shot a review for this brand and my camera cut off and the quality was just horrible and I couldn't salvage it. So I'm going to introduce this for the first time, and since wearing this foundation, which I have had this foundation for quite a while, I just never opened it until recently, and I am in love with this foundation stick. I've seen so many women of color on YouTube talk about this brand. I have seen this brand all over Instagram and Facebook, and I am part of their email list. And I have heard nothing but good reviews on this brand, so I wanted to try the brand out, and it's awesome. And they recently came out with foundation, and this foundation, I thought the black opal foundation stick was great until I wore this. So I'm introducing to y'all for the first time the foundation that I'm going to be wearing today. This is from Mented Cosmetics. So I have had this for quite a while. This is the last one I had that I hadn't reviewed, but again, it just went awry. But this foundation stick is awesome. The shade that I am in is M20. They recently introduced foundation. I believe it's like 16 shades. I think it's 16 shades. But if you want to see what your exact match is, you can get the foundation pack, and it shows the different shades, and you can see what's actually your shade. I think it costs $5 to get the little pack, and I got it. And the shade I am in is M20. I kind of shade match myself to Jackie Aina, because me and her she's kind of my skin tone, so whatever shade she wears, I can pretty much wear it. Maybe a couple of foundations that she wears, I can't wear. So that's why when I picked up the Too Faced Born This Way foundation in Chai, and she wore it, it was a perfect match for her. I kind of knew it was going to be pretty good for me, and when I put it on, it was a dead-on match. So she combines M10 with M20. I just use M20, and when I mean I have to literally do this, like, where is the foundation? I can't see the foundation. This is how good this foundation stick is. Now, this foundation is $30.
Wait, hold on. You saying that it's $30? You know how much money you can spend at Walmart with that money? With $30? Are you serious? Are you? No, I'm gonna go in the back. $30, really?
They've been around my husband too long. So yes, this is $30, but it is worth the $30, and you get plenty of product. Here it is. hold my hand. You get plenty of product. So I am going to wear this foundation today, and I did get their foundation brush. Here it is, and as you can see, I've been using it quite a bit. I actually took this on my trip to Vegas recently. The brush it's okay. Only time I really use this brush is when I use the Mented foundation. It's okay. The foundation brush, I believe, is $16. It's a little pricey for this size brush. I have a brush from E.L.F. that's like this, and I didn't pay nowhere near that, and it's a little more fluffier than this. So if you don't want to go with this brush, you can, the dupe alternative would be the E.L.F. Blush brush. That is a very good dupe for this brush. So I'm going to put on Mented today. And literally, as I put this on, it is literally like so blended into my skin. I wore this foundation in Las Vegas when my husband and I went to Vegas for our vacation. I gotta tell you about our vacation. That was funny. But yeah, I wore this on our vacation, and this foundation stick just melted so well in my skin. And literally, as I'm putting it on, I have to literally look to see where it's at. It's a very good match for me. Very good match. And this is a neutral, this is a neutral undertone, this foundation, M20. So I'm really liking it. Like I said, the brush, they can be a little bit better with the brush, but I mean, hey. Like I said, and again, the dupe for this brush is the E.L.F. blush brush. If I can find that brush on E.L.F. website, I may link it in the bottom, if I can find it. I know, my phone is going to look haywire right now. My son is in the bathroom playing with his hair. He just got his hair cut last night. My daughter's still missing in action. But yeah, my husband and I just came back from our vacation Tuesday. And yeah, yes, we came back Tuesday. And we had a very good time in Las Vegas. We have family out there. So they entertained us. We went out to eat. The adventure really for us was the airline and my husband. Because first of all, I worked half a day. We left Friday, and I worked half a day at work. And my husband was like, "Why are you even going to work?" I'm like, "I don't want to hear nobody's mouth." A certain person complaining and still complaining. Don't worry about it. I'm recording, and you right here.
Oh, that's this.
I know, and if you knock anything down, I told you, they don't have to be on the camera with the comedy here. Can you come around? Comedy! Comedy! Oh, look who opened their door finally after about, what, 90, 95 years? Yeah, she know. So anyway, my husband and I just came back from our trip to Las Vegas, and the comedy was really on the airplane. Oh, we left. He picked me up from my job because I only worked half a day. Our flight wasn't until like 4:25 that afternoon, and a lot of times we fly out of the New Orleans airport. Even though it's about an hour away from where we live here in Baton Rouge, we always fly out of New Orleans airport. So a lot of times out of the New Orleans airport, you just get a direct flight, and we had a direct flight going to Vegas. Now my husband told me we had a direct flight coming home. Till I looked and I went, I'm sitting here like, I thought we had a direct flight going back home. Why we gotta stop in Atlanta first? Get to Atlanta, you gotta fly over Louisiana. But I didn't say nothing to him. I'm like, okay. So I get on the airplane, and everything's fine as we get on the airplane. For concealer, my favorite, my Fenty Beauty concealer in shade number 410. So I am going to lightly conceal today with Fenty Beauty. And I did this same concealer while we were in Vegas. So anyway, get on the plane. My husband has the window seat, so I have the middle seat. You know, no biggie.
I thought thought you had like a window seat. I thought you liked the window.
I do, with the exception of, you know, when we take off from the New Orleans airport, we got to fly over Lake Pontchartrain. Yeah. Me and flying over water,
Why are you like
I cannot stand flying over water. Oh,
no.
no.
Flying over water is the best. I'm telling you, it's the best.
My son loves a window seat. He don't care. As long as he's on the window, he can see. Oh, Lord, no. Me and flying over water, I would have a panic attack. I had a panic attack, y'all, flying over Lake Michigan. When me and my husband were dating and we had a long distance relationship. Me living here in Louisiana, he was living in Chicago, and I flew into O'Hare. And man, I saw all that water. The man sitting next to me, because I had a panic attack, like, oh, ma'am, are you okay? Because where O'Hare Airport is, it's literally next door to Lake Michigan. And Lake Michigan looks like the Pacific Ocean.
Oh,
Getting closer and closer, like, why are we getting in the water?
man, most people hate like Michigan.
I don't like flying over water. So when we fly out of New Orleans, we have to fly over Lake Pontchartrain. I don't want to see Lake Pontchartrain from that high up.
Like, you really think about it next to Illinois, it's like Lake Michigan is like.
But the only good side was that time when we flew out of New Orleans to Vegas, we had the window shade down because it was hot. So they were like, put the window shade down so we can generate some cool air, whatever. Because the flight from New Orleans to Las Vegas is over 3.5 hours. So we knew we were going to be on the plane for a while, but man, it was hot. But of course, the shade was down. I don't want to see Lake Pontchartrain from that high up. So me and flying over water, no, I don't do flying over water very well. And I was saying, when I landed in O'Hare finally, I saw him, went, what is this water? I'm flying over. He said, oh, that's Lake Michigan. No. So my husband knows me flying over water, not a good idea. So when we fly to New Orleans, yeah, you take the window seat. Or the time me and my kids went to, where did we go? It was just me and the kids. We flew to Orlando, but we had a layover in Miami. The pilot, why this pilot did this? Gets on the intercom. We're going to be gliding 36,000 feet over the Gulf of Mexico. What? So I couldn't really panic because my daughter, who is absolutely 1,000,000% petrified of airplanes, I had to keep calm, but the look was like, I got to fly over water. I got to fly over all this water. My son, on the other hand, Mama, look at all that water. Can you shut up? And my daughter can tell you, her and airplanes, no. Her and airplanes don't mesh. I'm setting my face with the Black Radiance True Complexion Loose Setting Powder in Bananas, one of my favorites. Y'all should know this by now. It's definitely one of my favorites. So, oh, hoping that a whole bunch of dust. That's right, I brought this with me to Las Vegas. But anyway, we got on the plane, and the guy, look who comes out of the room.
Now, what you said about the food again? Oh, you recording?
Again, not on camera, comedy. She comes out the damn room. What did you say about the food again? Oh, you're recording.
It's stupid.
Now, this is going to be the third time I'm going to repeat this. I'm not stopping at McDonald's. I'm going to stop at Walmart.
Oh,
Because
we
they
just get our snacks there.
Okay, for the fourth time, we're going to stop at Walmart, not McDonald's, because they're serving a light breakfast over there, and they're going to provide lunch.
Okay, good luck. Oh, I want something from the deli if they provide lunch. Look at me.
Did you not hear me say they're serving a light breakfast?
Yes. don't think so.
And yet he still wants something out the deli.
Well, look at me though. I'm a big person, and light don't go good with me.
I told you, comedy. They don't need to be on a camera. Comedy. Okay, I'm going to put the setting powder on from Black Radiance. It's pretty much all over the place because I did bring this with me to Las Vegas. And it shifted all over my luggage. And it's literally like powder all over the place here. So, yeah, my kids are special. They're special. And they know we're running behind. So, I'm going to go ahead and set my face with the setting powder, and it's just like all over the place because we came back home, our luggage got lost. But anyway, got on the plane. The guy that sat next to me, oh my goodness, he did not understand what a bath was. Oh, I got to sit next to you for over 3.5 hours and you're funky. Then you tried to cover it with cologne. I was dying for over 3.5 hours. I am like literally at my husband like, do you smell this man next to me? He was like, no. He burned off all my nose hairs. And then we had the little girl that was behind us. She kicked my husband in the back and she kept pulling at my seatbelt. Like, can we just get off the plane? And then the people that was up, they kept standing up. They were making booty calls on the plane. Can we get past the storm front in Dallas first? Y'all making plans and they making gestures, and I'm like, oh my goodness. I say really true. What goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. We hadn't even made it to Vegas yet. Oh my goodness, that was, yeah. And then coming back was no picnic either because they ended up again losing our luggage. So we didn't get our luggage until the next day. And luckily they delivered it to us, but we thought we was going to have to make that drive all the way back to the New Orleans airport from Baton Rouge. It's like, no, we're going to deliver it to you. I'm like, okay. I said, because you do know we live in Baton Rouge. Oh, no, ma'am, that's fine. But they did. They delivered our suitcase the next day, and my poor setting powder that I had in the suitcase, it is literally like all over the place. So that's why if you see me sitting a little awkward right now, that's because it's still from my setting powder is literally all over the place. It shifted so much, and when we finally opened the luggage, my stuff was just all over the place. So yeah. So now I have an extremely huge mess over here right now. So, oh goodness, what time is it? Oh, we gotta get out of here. Like soon, like in the next 10 to 15 minutes, I gotta get out of here. So, yeah, our trip was good. It's just that the airline and the people on the airplane, oh my goodness, it was like, oh Lord have mercy, what did I get myself into? Or pretty much, what did we get ourselves into? But we had a really good time. It was, very relaxing, and majority of the times, believe it or not, my husband and I, we slept. Because we're trying to catch up on sleep, and we had been working so much, both of us, and we just really needed to catch up on sleep and just have really some quality time, just the two of us, because we really haven't had it lately because, again, we've been working so much. Plus, I've been working really hard with the business, and we actually planned this trip while I was recovering from my surgery. So for those of you that are new to my channel, I am 4 months post-op for my surgery. So that was when my husband had decided, you know what, let's go take a trip to Las Vegas. You deserve it with everything that you've been through with your surgery, and we just really need some quality time and this and that and the other. But my husband did tell me yesterday he still plans on doing another trip, but this time it's going to be a family trip. And a couple of years ago, us and the kids, we went to Alabama. We went to Gulf Shores, and my husband's like, I really want to go to Orange Beach next time. So I think that's what he's kind of hinting to, is going to Orange Beach this summer. I'm like, let's see if we can try to squeeze it in, because since this trip, he's back working, both of us, getting ready for the premiere of my commercial for V.A.M Cosmetics that will be in all of the movie theaters starting June 21st. So if you're in Louisiana, look out for that. Look for our commercial. I'm also, of course, I use a second setting powder, so I'm going to use once again my Fenty Beauty setting powder, loose setting powder in Nutmet. So I'm going to do that. I'm kind of rushing here because we are running very behind now. There we go. So yeah, we have the commercials going to be coming out on June 21st. Plus, we are also getting ready for because not only were we preparing for Vegas, we're preparing for Essence Fest. And my husband and I, we go to Essence Fest we've been going like for the past, now this is, I think this is like year number 4 for us going to Essence Fest. And we were already getting our clothing together for Essence Fest. And my daughter is like, yeah, y'all have a good time. I ain't going to no Essence Fest. Because she always feels that Essence Fest is for old people. Okay, it ain't for old people, but okay. You could go. She's like, no, I don't want to go. Y'all old people have a good time. Whatever. Right, so I set my face with that because, again, this is going to be literally an all-day event, and I really don't want to be shining anywhere. Like I said, we really need to get out of here. So we are like really running behind. Like we did kind of get a late start. I really didn't sleep very well either. I kind of can't sleep, but my husband's not here and he's working overnight. I can't really sleep, so it kind of bothers my sleep. I'm gonna contour right quick. I'm gonna use of course my favorite contour palette from Radiance. So I'm going to use the True Complexion Contour Palette, medium to dark. And I use this as well in Vegas. Oh my goodness, I am just about at pan with this thing. I'm literally almost at pan. But yeah, me and my husband, we had a good time in Las Vegas. We went to see the Michael Jackson Cirque du Soleil show. We saw that. What else did we do? Of course, we walked the strip. We ate. We hung out with his cousin. What else? Yeah, we really had a it was just a really relaxing time for us. We really had a good time, and we usually do when we go to Vegas. We always have a good time. And in Las Vegas, that is our special city because when we first met up for the first time, we met up in Vegas. And by this time, as I mentioned earlier, I said my husband and I were in a long distance relationship. And somebody messaging me. Oh, as always, when I have a vendor event, I always get messages. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, when we met up in Vegas, which is where we met up at, after we had been talking on Facebook and we had talked on the phone. And it's so weird how me and my husband met. We met on Facebook playing a game, and that's just how it began. He poked me on Facebook, and when I remember I looked at his profile, and it's like, he lives in Chicago. Oh my goodness, I'm not messing with nobody that's outside of my realm of Louisiana. No, but a friend of mine was like, you never take any chances. You need to be taking chances. And I listened to her and I took a chance, and now here we are. In August, we'll be married 7 years. But we've been together for 8 years. So when we finally decided to meet up, in a neutral city, we met up in Las Vegas. I'm going to prime my lids with my LA Colors concealer. It's not really my shade that I would go for as far as concealing under eye, my nose and chin and so forth, but this has become a pretty good eyeshadow base, so I use this really to prime my eyelids. So I just do a little dab. I don't do very much on my lids. And then I just buff it with my brush. And I'm trying to rush here because we are late. So I'm about to blend this in. But yeah, that's how me and my husband met, and we met up in Vegas. And it was so funny. I remember looking at all his profile pictures, and I'm like, man, he's a cute guy. I'm like, there's no way somebody this attractive is single. No way. And then I saw a picture of him, one of his pictures that he had on his profile on Facebook. And I'm like, that has to be his girlfriend. I said, because there is no way this dude is single. As it turned out later, it wasn't his girlfriend, it was his daughter. Like, oh, okay, it's your daughter. He had taken a little family trip and he had his girls with him. So, and that was that buzzing. That's my coffee turning off. I've already had my coffee. So for eyeshadow today, I am going to use my E.L.F. Opposites Attract eyeshadow palette because I kind of want to go for the purple today. So I'm not going to do too much on my eyes because it is an event and, you know, I want to look as professional as possible. So I don't want to overdo it with my makeup. So let me just wipe this brush off for a sec. So I am going to go in. I'll always go in with the shade Warm. Usually I do, but I think I'm going to go in with Saucy. So I'm going to try this shade. I'm going to do Saucy. And I've worn this shade before. This palette, if you have not purchased this palette does have a lot of fallout. And it's been a minute since I've worn it. So I'm just going to buff this onto the crease. Ooh. I'll show you how much I'm rushing. So yeah, we met up in Las Vegas and, you know, got to know each other and talk. I mean, and it wasn't like we weren't getting to know each other over the phone and text messages and so forth. It's just, I remember our conversation just started off really friendly after I poked him back. And I remember I left his poke out there for almost 2 months. I'm like, who is this dude? So I remember when I poked him back, he like was in my inbox like within 5 minutes. I'm like, dude, really? But I still was like, but he's still a really cute. He's still a really cute guy. Like he's just really, really cute. And I'll talk to him. And I also noticed my husband's height. I also noticed his height. And he was like, what kind of guys do you like? And this and that and the other. And I remember he asked me my age. And this is a subject that we kind of laugh about from time to time, is our age difference. This is a pretty big gap, but I can't say really a big gap, but it's a gap in our ages. And at the time when I met him, I had gotten out of a relationship with somebody. I just really was not looking for anyone when I met my husband. I really wasn't looking for anyone, really, to be honest with you. I just wasn't, because again, I had just gotten out of a relationship with someone, and I just wanted to be just me, my mom, my kids, and my mom's dog at the time. And since then, my mom has passed away, and of course, the dog has passed away too. So if you didn't know that about me, both of my parents are deceased, so it's just me and my kids, my husband. But anyway, that's when he poked me on Facebook. And I was like, who's this Rodney guy? Okay, Rodney. And I remember I poked him back, and I remember I left it out there for almost 2 months. But I remember I told a friend of mine, I was like, this guy poked me. And I don't want to, you know, come off on this guy. She's like, you never take any chances, Venetia. You just never do. You just stay in your little lane and this, that, and my other friend, my BFF, my kids asked me, how long you and Adrian been knowing each other? I'm like, all of our lives. So she was like, go for it. She was like, go for it. You boring anyway. Whatever. I'm going to go in with this purple shade called Easy Going. So I'm going to put this shade, Easy Going, this purple shade, in the lid. So I talked to him for a little bit, and I remember our conversations got from talking every now and then, because I was so heavy in that game, Sorority Life. If y'all remember Sorority Life, that's how I met him, playing Sorority Life. I remember I got real heavy into Sorority Life, and I remember this guy, it was almost like he was so excited to talk to me. And I talked to him for a few minutes. And I remember our conversations would go from, like, if we were online, we would talk every now and then. And then gradually our conversations went from gradual, or like when we were online from time to time we would talk, to we ended up finding ourselves talking to each other every single day is how it grew. And I remember I was actually the first person to give him my number. And I took a chance, because I know a lot of people's like, I never take any chances, and I never do this, I never do that. Even my mom would say, you never go anywhere, you never talk to anybody, you always at home, you always at work. I'm like, but there ain't nothing out there for me. I'm gonna stay home. And I think, also because I got out of that relationship, I think that was another reason why everybody was like, you don't go anywhere since that guy. You need to really get out. And I'm like, no. Because, I mean, you've been like me, and you've been married once before. Your marriage ends in divorce. And then I was about to marry my son's father. And that was a relationship that was an absolute horrible relationship. That relationship was actually abusive. And I've called myself one of the lucky ones to get out of that relationship. And I always tell people, I said the only good thing that came out of that relationship was my son. That's it. I see you, boy. So a lot of times when people see my son with my husband, they think he's my husband's son. I'm like, it's a stepson. But they so much look alike, particularly that both, because you see my son is light-skinned, and my husband is light-skinned. So they say, yeah, they look alike, and all they go is, thank you. But, so I wasn't really ready to jump into no relationship with anyone. I just wasn't ready to jump into a relationship with anyone. I'm going to take this blending brush right here, and I'm just going to blend the two colors together. So it doesn't look separated. It looks like it's, like it's together. And one thing I did forget to bring up here is my mascara. What time is it? Oh, we gotta get out of here. All right, y'all, we gotta go. So what I'm doing is just taking this brush, and I'm just blending the two together. Is what I'm doing. Kind of make it more refined. I thought I was wanting to smudge it out, but I don't want to smudge it out. Okay. There we go. All right. I forgot mascara. You know where where I keep my mascara? On my bathroom vanity. Can you grab me a mascara right quick?
What's that?
On my lashes.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
She don't sit there talking about something, what's that? And she puts it on herself. Comedy. All right, for highlighter, I'm going to use my Vivid Baked highlighter from Makeup Revolution. So I'm going to put that highlighter on today. Now, I know I always put on the Fenty. Let me give Fenty a break, because I wore Fenty every day in Las Vegas for my highlight. So let me change it up. But yeah, anyway, I'm putting on highlighter. I ain't put on not a lick of blush. Because again, I'm trying to hurt and get out of here. So let me put my blush on right quick. This is the Shayla and Colourpop collab. Her Proceed with Caution, Under Construct. This is Whistle While You Work. And you know my favorite. And I drop it just like you. Can you put my purse and go ahead and start the car? Because we are late. So I'm putting on Whistle While You Work. Blend that with my contour. So yeah, we're talking, and then we decided to meet up in Las Vegas, and I didn't want to meet him in Las Vegas. I'm like, you may want to kill me or something. I don't know you like that. And he said, you're not going to meet me in Las Vegas? And I remember I kept telling him, no, I'm not meeting you in Las Vegas. I'm not meeting you in Las Vegas. So finally, he asked me again because he was like, yeah, me and my brother, we always go to Las Vegas. We hang out. Now I'm about to drop the camera. And, you sure you don't want to meet me in Vegas? I finally said, I'll think about it. Because it was like he was hounding me. It kind of what it seemed like. He's like, how did me go to Las Vegas? You trying to kill me or something? And, I remember I told my mom about it, and finally told my mom about him. My mom said, you never go anywhere if you don't meet that man in Las Vegas. I'm like, Mom, oh, but you gonna give me his number before you leave. You ain't just gonna just up and just go to Las Vegas and I don't have no numbers. So I remember I gave my mom and my aunt my number, his number. Of course, they had mine. So I gave them both his number, and I told him. He was like, oh, that's fine. So we met up in Vegas, trying to see, you know, like we've had all this great conversation and talking and so forth, really turn into something. And of course, it has, because we went back to Vegas a year later, got married. And now, almost 7 years later of marriage, here we are. It was just so funny. It was a big, major adjustment for him to move to Baton Rouge because he'd been so used to living in a big city. And it was like, well, Baton Rouge is not a big city. If you want to go to a big city, go to New Orleans. You know, Baton Rouge is really a college town. It's really all we are because we have 2 big colleges here. And see, he's so used to like Chicago Bears, Chicago Bulls, Chicago Cubs, Chicago White Sox. They have the hockey team up there. So he wasn't used to coming to Baton Rouge where it's not a big, have all the big professional teams. You want to see the professional teams, we go to New Orleans to see either the New Orleans Saints or the New Orleans Pelicans. But here we're a college town. And we have big colleges. We have 2 big colleges here. We have, of course, we have LSU and we have Southern University. And when it's football season, which is about to be football season when is their first game? I'm not sure. When is their first? They haven't said nothing about LSU or Southern first game yet?
No.
Okay.
But I know Saints, they start soon.
Yeah, preseason is going to be starting soon because, you know, a lot of the teams are already starting to have practice.
And you can see.
Because the Saints have already had their practice, but Drew Brees wasn't there. He's doing some court case in San Diego.
Yep.
Yeah.
But Hill.
He's going to be there, we know.
He's taking over. They've been having practice every day?
Yes, they have.
Full-time job?
Yes, they have, because they had already talked to Sean Payton. So, and of course, the Pelicans is getting ready to get a big draft. Zion from Duke University, overall #1 pick, going to New Orleans Pelicans. Bye, Anthony Davis. That you won't leave so bad. See you later. But yeah, I told my husband, I said, we're a big college town. We're not, we don't have the professional teams like they do in Chicago. And in all my years of living here in Louisiana, I didn't start going to see professional teams until I got married. So, all right, we're at the end. We're getting ready to go. We're running behind. We're running like way behind. We should have already been there. So for lips, of course, I'm using V.A.M Cosmetics. This is the shade Berry. This is a creamy matte lipstick, and that is the shade I'm going to wear today. My daughter's just now brushing her teeth. And really, for this shade, you just need a little bit. You don't really need to go all out with this shade. And what I get about this shade is when I tell people this is a matte lipstick, but it's a creamy matte lipstick, a lot of people, and I'm finding a lot of people don't like that ultra matte lip because it's like it's too dry for their lips. They don't like that dryness, even though it's supposed to be smudge proof. They don't like the dryness and the cracking that ultra matte lipstick or liquid lipstick gives. So when I tell people that no, this lipstick, it is a creamy matte. So it's gonna rub off. Only thing is, just like any other matte lipstick, it will stain your lips just like any other matte lipstick. I have a few ultra matte lipsticks, and when I tried to take it off, oh my lord, Lord have mercy. So I'm also topping it with my clear gloss, also from V.A.M Cosmetics, and everything that I have on my face I will put in the bottom of the description box. Y'all ready? Because we're behind. And that is it. Now I'm going to set my face. Let me clean my brush first, because I don't like leaving that stain on my clear wand for my clear gloss. My daughter is out the house. I can't believe it. And my son is still sitting in the back. All right, so that's it. Now I'm going to set my face. I'm going to set my face with the Milani setting spray. I love this setting spray. Absolutely love it. And that's it. Now we're gonna go run to the store right quick and then run over here to this place.
It's gonna be cold.
I have no idea, but I got my shawl in a, no, I don't. Go get my shawl off the chair in the room in case it's cold in there. And this is gonna be an all-day event. All right, guys, so that is it with this Get Ready With Me. You got a chance to know how me and my husband met and a little bit about our vacation and everything else. So with that being said, this is Vanessa Alexander Marshall. Hope everybody have a great day. Take care. Bye-bye.